Hey everybody, let me make sure OBS is recording. There we go. Alright, awesome. Good to see everybody again. I've been enjoying working a lot. It's alright. I've been trying to make some money, but it's good to be back playing a little bit of Magic. I actually found a new guy doing YouTube videos. Let me see if I can remember who it is. History. This guy, Rain the Beast. Very cool content. He looks like he's brand new to YouTube overall. He's only got 11 subscribers so far. So, Rain, if you're watching this, I hope you get a nice bump of subscribers. You're playing really well, NMR, and you deserve to have some more people there. So, look forward to seeing you grow in this community as well. Everyone, go over there, show Rain some love. He's got some very cool NMR content if you're interested in that. Let me try to pop out this chat. I hate that I can't like put a fade, like a see-through chat going. Pop out chat. There we go. Don't need chat that big, jeez. Let's shrink that. So I just decided I want to stream a little bit, get some more games in. Not sure what we want to play tonight. So we'll take a look at the decks real quick. So we got Edgar, Kasmarin, Nin, Rashmi, Sidisi, Surak, Tana, Timna. I don't know why that's blue, but okay. Yisan, and then I believe this is an old Rashmi list. Yeah, I just cut a card out of it. I don't remember what it was. This is the Rashmi list that I play most of the time. Then we have Mina and Den. That thing's been taken apart. This deck is nothing. I don't even need this deck. That is for multiplayer. This is Brea. This is actually a version of a paper list. This is the exact paper list that Brian Weissman has on his channel for multiplayer. And he says that he adds in Ashnod's Altar and Eldrazi Displacer to add one infinite mana combo, or infinite combo with Brea. You sack the 2 Thopters, make 4 colorless mana, use 3 of it, blink Brea, she brings 2 Thopters back, so on and so forth. So you make infinite mana, and then you make infinite Thopters, and then you kill your opponent by throwing Thopters at their face. Or gaining infinite life and killing their entire board if they have some form of hexproof, just to put yourself out of range and make sure you have enough to trigger it as soon as you can to dodge any type of removal, basically. It's a cool list, but I've been tweaking it a little bit in paper. This is the list as Brian plays it because I want to be able to go back to this list and take a look at it. Meren, this is combo. I think I upgraded the Mind Slicer in my collection. Yeah. Wood Elves. Yeah, there we go. And Duress. I got some nice Duresses in the collection now. Oh, and City Brass. How did I miss that? City of Brass, bada bing, bada boom. These are for a vintage deck. That's why I have multiple cities. I didn't feel like buying 3 foil ones. Walking. I just don't have that in the collection. No big deal. That's in place of Triskelion, I think. Yeah, it's in place of Triskelion. And then this is more of a thought experiment to see if I could find a way to make Scarab God good. And I just don't know if it can be. I think it's solidly like a solid 75% deck, but I do not think I can make it top tier. You can do some really cool stuff with like the evasion creatures, so like Blighted Agent, Invisible Stalker, Looter, Elcor, Wharf Infiltrator. It's got Skulk, but that gets weaker when it becomes a 4/4. Dimir Infiltrator, Shadow Mage Infiltrator. You can do some cute stuff. Hypnotic Spectre's cute with it. But like truthfully, I don't know if the deck can get there. Like, it relies on all of these, like, it's just slow. All of these things are very slow. And the strength of slow decks comes in the ability to control the board state by wrathing and destroying the board state continuously, or playing hard lockdown. And all of these guys don't play well in a hard lockdown or a wrath and destroy everything type of game state. And that's why I don't think Scarab God can become, like, top 90%, like 90th percentile for decks, and higher, which is where I rank all the stuff that you're going to see on Lab Maniacs most of the time. And I think it's just because of the failings of the Scarab God strategy in those types of shells, where you could have other commanders in the blue-black color identity that I think are probably better. It's got a vintage deck. It's Pitched Dredge, because it's very cheap and I want to play a little bit of vintage on Moto. So straightforward. It's only playing the one force because I didn't want to buy more forces on Moto, just for this deck. And then Ravenous Traps, Anglers, Chewers, and Hollow Ones in the board. So straightforward Dredge, board into Hollow One strategy. Very fun to play. Legacy, this is the lands deck that I'm working on in paper. Pauper, what is this? Which deck is this? Oh, this is the white-black deck that I think might be a lot of fun to play. So the Prismatic Strands are Cryptorats and Palace Sentinels. And Palace Sentinels is, I believe, actually the card that I've been, like, delaying purchasing for so long. Just checking how the stream health was, because it's a ridiculously priced card on MTGO. Palace Sentinels, look at that, $20. $20 because of Pauper. Should have bought it when it was 10, man. So, oh well. Other than that, this deck's really, like, it looks fun. You do Thraben Inspector, Chainer's Edict. You get to play these blue Doom Blades just because. And then you board into, like, Choking Sands for the different matchups. But it's a straightforward black-white tempo aggro deck. But a lot of your guys are fat, so this Pestilence is really good. Exception to that guy, but Core Skyfisher's a 2/3, Inspector's a 1/2, Cryptorat deals damage to itself, so you don't care. Riftwatcher's a 2/3, Guild Pact has protection of monocolor, that's monocolor. Palace Sentinel's a 2/4, so this Pestilence is really good in this deck, and it's fun. I played it a little bit on one of the other clients that is free to play, and actually a little bit less buggy, but a little bit poorer of an interface. When we're basic, that's old freeform stuff. That's just my random lists of things. So let's check the play lobby. Let's see what's going on. We got a Commander 1v1 match. Let's play. Oh, never mind. Someone else joined. Pretty decent. I wonder if he's decent. I wish. Alright. Let's get 1 wins showing. Show by status. Players 1-on-1. See if anyone's doing that. Anyone in TP? Cool. Alright, TP deck will go with Rashmi. Rashmi is surprisingly good. I'm surprised more people don't play her. Oh my god. Really, Moto? Watch, it's gonna do it again. Oh, it's not. I'd love to play first. Alright, we got turn 2 Sylvan Library against a black deck. I think that just wins. I got Peek into Sylvan Library. Keep that. And I have turn 3 True Name Nemesis, which he can't answer. Or is difficult for him to answer. Nothing in your draw step. Alright, let's peek. Westvale. Volrath. Kata. Swamp. Market. Push. Disfigure. Alright, so disfigures -2, push. He's got fetch land to be able to trigger it, to be able to kill Rashmi. Alright, so we want to track and make sure that he spends those fetch lands, basically. It's a lot of lands in an opening hand. I spelled Volrath wrong. Oh well. How have you guys been doing? Been missing some of my content? I've been missing playing a little bit. I've been grinding with a player group that I joined for Elite Dangerous. It's a space-based game with the current record for the largest in-game explorable universe, or in-game explorable space. It's a Milky Way galaxy with 4 billion stars in it, and yes, you can go to any one of those 4 billion stars. It's pretty impressive. I'm a huge fan of it. It is a little bit of like a grindy game, but sometimes I like that every now and then. I would like to draw cards with Sylvan Library. Yes, please. Yes. So, Genwave. So I'm not shuffling this turn, so I guess I'll just take 8. So he has 2 pieces of removal. He played Swamp on his turn, right? Yeah. So let's just put down True Name and start pressuring him. Because he has to find an answer to True Name. I mean, just what I like here. I would like protection from you. Now, I'm going to be minorly upset if he, like, untap and rips a Toxic Deluge. I'm not going to actually yield through this turn. I want him to think I have... sure, you have a Gonti. I want him to think that I have a Force of Will in my deck. I wouldn't have forced that. He gets a card. Actually, that's something to be said for like putting that island back. It makes Gonti weaker. I didn't know he had Tomb though, so it's alright. I'm not worried. Yes, please. Alright, so play this. Utopia Sprawl this. Let's get some blue mana going. Gotta put it on the basic though. Gotta protect everything. So we know he still has fetch land. He's got 1 unknown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he has fetch land push, so Rashmi's a bad play. Chord. I can 1, 2... None. Chord's next turn. I can play Crucible. Doesn't seem great. Since we actually know a lot of his hand, let's go Jace. So we don't need another draw because we have Sylvan Library. So we're actually going to Fate Seal him here. We don't know what card he got out of our deck. No, you can have a Swamp. And I'm not in a race, so... Because this forces him to have to find another way to get through True Name to try to get a Jace. Because this Jace is going to threaten to close out the game very quickly. I saw no other way to pressure my deck in his hand, or hit my Jace. Liliana, okay. That actually cannot kill this. I imagine he goes up here. Yeah, no targets. Sure. Now he might actually attack. Nope. He has Vola Stronghold in his deck, which is why I figured he might attack, but I guess not. Always yield. I don't know why I didn't do that sooner. I would like to use the ability. Bribery. That probably wins the game, right? I actually do, because I'm going to be doing multiple things this turn. I'm not really in danger of being burned out by the black deck. Do we just bribery him? He can fatal push whatever I put out. So he can Fatal Push, Disfigure. So if I attack Lily, he Fatal Pushes, Disfigures. Yeah, alright. So let's make him burn removal out of his hand. Yes, you cannot have Damnation, because that is an answer to True Name Nemesis. Play Thrasios. Play Visionary. I shocked myself for no reason. Attack Liliana. Here comes Disfigure. Oh, wow. Okay, so he's gonna push that and then Disfigure on his turn. All right, push gone. And we knew about a swamp, but then he played the swamp, so I'm not worried about that. Thrasios is a big threat, so I don't hate him. I don't think it's a terrible decision, but I don't know if you want to be spending push on it. That seems risky. All right, so there goes Liliana. What land you playing though? Westvale. So this is probably an attack on Jace because he can't block anyway. Yeah, that's fine. But with push gone, this bribery is safe now, and that feels really good. Yes. Let's waste this. You don't need that anymore. And this is trying to get him to spend mana on Westvale. Sure. You got it, man. Next turn we'll play Crucible. No, don't use Jace yet. Play good magic. What you got going on in this deck over here? This might get a concession. Bloodghast, Bob, Fleshbag, Gatekeeper, Kalidas, Merciless Executioner. I actually don't want to get one of them. I don't want to get that. Phyrexian Rager. Sheldred. Sheldred seems good. Could get Sidisi. I'm just going to get Sheldred. That seems fine with me. Did we play land already? We did. Hit his deck. No, I would not like to put that on the bottom. Attack Lily. So the reason that I'm going up with Jace is I want, hey, Austin Acid. Game's doing pretty well. So the reason I'm going up with Jace is I don't feel the pressure to need to get extra cards. I'm ahead of him on cards overall. And doing this forces Gonti to try to kill Jace. Yield to that. Because if he doesn't kill Jace, Jace will kill him. So I'm trying to put him in the position where he can't really afford to attack under my life total, even though it might be the correct call. Taking that Ancient Tomb puts him so far back because now he can't even like attack in and me or Jace and then kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we played a swamp already. So I'm actually okay killing this here. He can't replay it, and he puts in the command zone. Perfect. So he doesn't have Volwast Stronghold. And now we're going to Crucible Wasteland him. And by not playing the Crucible at last turn, he doesn't see this line coming. Sure, I'll use it. I want to keep Time Twister in my hand, just in case he's going to find something dumb. I don't want him to be able to hit my graveyard. Oh, wow. Oh my god. That was just a terrible misclick. Okay. Alright, so he gets to replay Gonti. Read the bones. Yeah, I don't want him reading the bones. Green, green. So I have 2 open. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can chord for 4 or 5. I can gen wave for 4. What's the deck looking like? 4, 5. 4, 5. Tezzeret, Freyalise, 4 Oracle. If I chord 4 into Oracle, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. I can't play Crucible at the same moment anyway. So I'd rather just go Freyalise here. I should have put Impulse into my hand, actually, because I would have been able to Impulse the Twister away, or put it into my hand if I wanted to. But I'd rather just have it safe in my hand. We know 4 of his 5 cards, 3 of his 5 cards. That's Market. Exile's Curse of the Cabal. Beginning of each player's upkeep, if Crucible is suspended, that player may sacrifice a permanent. Yeah, sure, I'll sacrifice my Elf and Druid that I don't care about. Actually, I don't need the Sylvan Library anymore. I'm at 8 life. I'll throw away Sylvan Library. I just made another misplay again. Crucible. Green, green. Chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. We'll chord 4 for the Oracle. Oracle of Muldaya. Where are you? There you are. Replay Wasteland. Yeah, that's game. Yeah, I figured that the Oracle Crucible Wasteland would be the end of the game. Game's going well, though. Definitely interesting. I think it's one of those cool situations where, because I'm getting cards off Sylvan, I can start going up with Jace and have a whole different threat. Like, more cards aren't more of a threat at that point, because I'm lacking the mana to be able to cast 4 spells in a turn. So making Jace a -12 threat is actually pretty impressive. It's definitely a good hand, but like that's what you get when you open a hand with Sylvan Library in it. Lawrence. Did I just play Lawrence? Let's play Future Rock. Rashmi. Rashmi's just so much fun. Hey Levi, I've been pretty well. A lot of stress, but you know, that's life, right? Who we got? Brea. Alright, so I got turn 1 Dork, turn 2 Druid. I'll keep. This is a fast hand, but I have both Basics and Earthcraft, so I like that. What's your favorite commander? Thanks for the great content. It's a tough call who my favorite commander is. Right now, my favorite commander in paper is Brea, but there's a lot of cards that I like overall, and like, you can't play green in Brea, and I love playing Carpet of Flowers, and Birthing Pod, 2 of my favorite green spells. I think ever printed are those 2. But and like, you wouldn't play that in a control deck, in that style of control deck anyway. Favorite commander though, I have a soft spot for General Tazri, because I was one of the people that helped build the Food Chain Tazri lists in summer of 2015. It was right after General Tazri came out. U2 opponent. So I have a soft spot for her, but like there's lots of different styles that I like to play. I just been playing an Eiley deck recently. I just dismantled that, but I was playing that for my local meta. That was an ad nauseum Eiley deck. That was very fun to play. I think Brea is probably one of my favorites overall. Nin is definitely up there as well because I love that sort of like draw go. Oh my god, Futurock. Futurock, are you ghosting? You ghosting? If you're ghosting, I'm disappointed in you because you're playing Brea against what is overall considered a worse commander, so you should be fine. But you do you. Yeah, so I think Brea is my favorite right now. Yeah, I try to do live every now and then, Wyatt. And I don't have to have like a set amount of time. I don't have to sit there and play 10 games or 4 games or whatever and then go back and record them again. Yidris, yeah, I actually have not built Yidris. Currently on my docket to build is an Atraxa deck, a like true Atraxa. Like I want to tutor for Tanglewire on turn. I want to resolve Atraxa on turn 3 and tutor and play Tanglewire on turn 4. Like it's going to be a dirty deck, and I anticipate getting a lot of flack for it. But so I've given myself actually a challenge because I've been playing a lot of instant combos in my local meta, and my Brea build is intentionally comboless. It is no infinite combos. My strongest win condition is actually Tezzeret's -5 in the deck. Oh my god, Future. Alright, are you gonna play? Did you get DC'd? I mean, if you have Metal Misstep, go for it. Like, so it, like when I'm not playing combo, my answer is to play control. We have one guy in our meta that, so I'm not building to the meta, but I'm building to challenge myself, which is basically why I've decided to abstain from playing combo in my most recent builds for my paper meta. We got one guy who will remain unnamed. There's a couple people in my local meta that are among my viewers, and they'll know who I'm talking about, who said to me verbatim, I was playing a game against him. This was a couple weeks back. I was playing a black-blue Taigam deck. Like during your turn, you look at top 3, 2 go to the grave, and 1 goes to your hand. You skip your draw step, and the pay black and delve X. Target creature gets neg X for that, but it's like a 5 or 6 mana commander. So I was playing this Taigam deck, and it was like straightforward control combo. I'm going to win with Dramatic Scepter is my go-to line. There was like 2 other combos in the deck, but like the easiest to get is Dramatic Scepter. And so like we're playing a 3-player game before our actual matches for the night, because we play a buy-in tournament actually. And so we're playing a couple matches. I'm tweaking the deck a little bit in between each match. So I'm playing this 3-game match. Combos can be fun because it makes you put more thought into tutors. Exactly, yeah. And that's what I'm trying to challenge myself with. So like we're playing this 3-game, a couple matches, and then we're playing this 3-person match. Pardon me, I was misremembering. 3-person match, and this game's going on a while. Like, so it's maybe a little bit past 1800, and we started 1830. And that game is going on to maybe turn 11 or 12. I've had Taigam out since turn 4. I ramped off a Signet or a 3-drop, maybe a Lantern, I don't remember. So I ramped Taigam out, and the board's just like nobody's been playing real creatures. He's playing this Animar deck, and he was stalled on mana for 3 or 4 turns. Yeah, sure, you got your Mana War. I still have an Earthcraft I can play next turn. I don't know if that's the correct hit on that, but I don't dislike that play. You'll do this turn. There you go, opponent. So I muddle the mixture. I transmute muddle the mixture for my dramatic my scepter. I play scepter and I imprint merchant scroll. No, it wasn't merchant scroll. It was mystical tutor. I pass the turn. I activate mystical tutor during end step to get echoing truth. I hold that. I pass the turn. I mystical tutor again during my next right before I untap, and I get. God, what was it? Sorry, I'm gonna focus on the game for a sec. I'm gonna play Elvish Visionary here, so I can draw a card. He Night's Whispered. He fetched into Night's Whisper, which is a pretty good line. So I'm gonna draw a card as well. Scalding Tarn. Now I'm not going to untap this because I want to represent you, and my opponent most likely knows that this represents blue, not blue-green. And now I'm not going to F6. And the reason I F6 before is now because I'm not F6ing, it looks like I might have something. So my opponent might play around that. So like I Mystical Tutor into Echoing Truth, and then I Mystical Tutor again off the Scepter to get Dramatic Reversal. I draw that on my next turn. Man, I liked that. I liked my Earthcraft. So he's definitely... I'm glad he's hitting that instead of one of my lands, but... I'm almost rather him hit like my island or something. What are the odds that he's got removal for Rashmi? Let's run it. Let's run the gambit. If he's got like he can't daze. If he forces, I don't hate it because I'm trading I'm trading tempo for 2 cards. Yeah. Eldritch Evolution is a great tutor. So this is over the course of 3 turns. I assembled this combo off a single muddle the mixture, and my opponent, and then I combo on like the 3rd turn. Like this card has been on the table for a full round, and you've let me untap with Scepter, and then I had to still draw the reversal as well. Wow, Earthquake. This guy does not like creatures, man. So I'm glad that happened, and now I get to... Oh, man, do I have Orb in this deck? If I just Orb him... Is that... I'm just going to Orb him. He's played no ramp. I have Tezzeret on an empty board plus Orb. So we'll get our Trop here. No, naturally Orb would be way better if I have -1, 2. Okay. Clank. And so he got super salty that I assembled the combo over 3 turns. I didn't lock down that game at all. Like, it was just nobody was doing anything for a long time. And I was like, we're going to start soon. I might as well try to go for the win. And he got very upset that I tried to go for the win. So Flagstones tells me that he has Landy in his deck. We're going to untap Tropical. We're going to... I believe we 0 here. 0 for Mox. Yeah. What else could I get at 0? Oops, not that. Not OBS. Jeweled Amulet, Chalice, Chromox. I could get Chromox. Imprinting Lotus Cobra. And I can go into Archdruid. Because I would have 3 mana. Or I could imprint Archdruid, play Lotus Cobra, play land. Have 1, 2. Doesn't really take me anywhere. Like, I want to get opposition down. But it looks like he might be damage race sweeper, so maybe... I think Mox is stronger. Especially if I'm going to go up and then go get Crucible. Mox is definitely better because it makes the drawback of Mox Diamond a not a drawback. And I can still play Lotus Cobra out here. So he gets super upset, and I'm like, all right, fine, I'm sorry, but not really. Like, the game was on turn 12, and nobody presented any attempt to win the game, so I'm going to try to win the game. Do I play Lotus Cobra? I think I do. This gives me multiple routes to Men's Scythe, sure. Nope, you got it. I'm fine being tithed. Because I time walk you. I got to use Tezzeret and you got time walked. And he missed land, which is awesome. Untaps bad lands. Hand disruption? Or just a pass. Alright, so he's gonna hold up burn. And my opponent, he says, alright, that's it, I'm done. So like I'm demonstrating I'm going to combo off. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So green, green. Okay. Green. Archdruid. Can I have this? So I'm representing my ability to combo off. I start going through the motions. I'm like, all right, I'm going to produce infinite mana, go start doing all of this. And he packs up his things. He's like, that's it, I'm done. And he said, I'm like, all right, fine. I'm going to kill you anyway this turn. It's no big deal. And he's like, you must be really sad in your own life to have to win with combos. Like, I hope you're really disappointed in yourself. Like, he's trying to be intentionally vindictive to the fact that anybody would dare win with a combo. Not to mention the fact that he plays an Animar deck where he wins with Ancestral Statue. Okay? Like, oh, I'm using a 2-card combo, but you have a 1-card plus your commander combo. So, alright. Pot calling the kettle. But he was trying to be intentionally malicious about it. Imprinting Nahiri. Man, I'm glad this is crazy. Wow, he's starved for mana, because this would have been nuts on this board. You'd eat my Mox Diamond. Bitter Blossom. That is a strong card that will threaten Tezzeret. So if I top deck a Wasteland here, I'm thrilled. Bird's Paradise. I think I go up with Tezzeret. Do you play at a local store, or do you have a competitive play group? I deal at play with a local store. Yeah, so like, yeah, so he was super salty about all this, and I was like, look, I'm gonna try to win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm gonna go up. So he's still not representing. Like, I'd rather him to have make an attack against Tezzeret, or I can go get another one. I play D&D a lot, actually, Caleb. I'm also looking at playing, I believe it's called Fate Core System, or Fate Core System, which uses fudge dice, like pluses and minus dice. It looks really fun as well, so take a look at that as well. But I've been playing a lot of 5th edition. So I think I go Tezzeret up here. So I could put Rashmi into play. Like, opposition, I feel like, it just owns this board, but I need to have board presence. Like, right? And I'd rather put Rashmi in first and then opposition. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have enough to put Rashmi into play. So play Bird. Can I Tezzeret anything interesting at 2 into play? Grim Monolith. But that puts me so far away from Shackles. Yeah, I think my best... Alright, let's see if Crucible's the correct line. I don't think... Yeah, I don't think I think I want Crucible. The question is, do I cash in Tezzeret? Yeah, let's cash in Tezzeret. Okay, then. He's got to go. So I think the lines there is cash in Tezzeret to put Crucible in, have land drop, and then play opposition. And the reason I play opposition there is because even though it taps me out, is next turn I have, because I can tap his land in his upkeep, I can tap his Chromox. So if he doesn't have land, he can't use Signet anyway. So I can effectively shut off 3 mana if he doesn't have a land to play, which is awesome. And then I untap, I have Diamond plus Bird plus Elf plus land. So I'm 4 mana. I'm only two lands away from being successful in any way. But I can keep his lands locked down with my creatures, which will continuously untap, which is awesome. Furthermore, opposition. So on his end step, I can tap my own Winter Orb and then get a full untap on my turn, which would probably win the game, because then it's a one-sided Winter Orb as long as I have creatures to tap it. So I definitely go for Crucible there, so that way I can guarantee land drops continuously. Yeah, that line's insane, now thinking about it. So yeah, he gets super salty and he starts making like personal vindictive comments about who I am as a person and how sad I must be to think that it's okay to play infinite combos in my deck. And I said, well, sorry that you feel that way. But then, so I was like, all right, well, if people don't want to play against combos, not just him, but I'll build decks without combos that'll be just as annoying. But like, here's how I look at it at the end of the day. And I think Austin Acid said it well, was if the game's not ending, how about I just try to combo, and try to end the game. Either I succeed or I don't. But if I succeed, game's over, we can shuffle up and start a new one. But the game's gone on for 12 turns. Now I'm going to play Brea deck, which is playing Abyss, Moat, Humility. Like, this is a quote-end quote unfun deck, because it's hyper control, because I need to control the game. It's playing Winter Orb, it's playing Mind Twist. I intentionally try to recur Mind Twist as much as I can. I try to build lines that go Psych Rift into Mind Twist on my most threatening opponent, or Psych Rift into Twister, or Psych Rift into deal with hands in some way. And I'm like, all right, look, I'm going to beat you down with 1/1s and my 4/4 ground pounder until the game's over. And it's going to take 6 turns because you didn't want me to play a combo in my deck, and you want to be upset about combos. It's not the best way to handle it, but it's a way to introduce combos in a way that now they're solving a problem. They're solving the fact that instead of you waiting around for 6 turns waiting to be killed, and me just having to show you that, look, I've got 3 counter spells, you're not getting out of this lock no matter what, and you still trying to break it, that the game just ends, and we can shuffle up and play another game. And that's what Magic is to me. At the end of the day, you can shuffle up and play another game. So I play at a local store. We have to buy any pack of Magic, and then if we win, we get another copy of that pack of Magic. So if you're feeling really... And now this is specifically like a booster pack. You cannot buy precons, you cannot buy decks, you cannot buy starter decks, you cannot buy any of that stuff. It must be like just a regular 15-card pack. And now it doesn't have to be Magic. Some people like play Pokemon in our group. At our local Metro, will play Pokemon, buy a Pokemon pack. They'll buy whatever pack. When what was that game? Force of Will was popular. People would buy them and buy a Force of Will pack and try to win more Force of Will packs. But you'd have to buy a pack of cards, and then you win another copy of that pack of cards. So I usually buy whatever the most recent Masters set is. If they still have like the modern Masters set, I'll usually be buying them as long if they have them at MSRP. Usually those go up a little bit. I've been buying EMA. I've been buying out their supply of EMA. I've probably bought over a box of EMA since it went up because I just keep getting stuff. The best pack I ever opened was an EMA pack at my local store. It was foil Mana Crypt plus Dak Faden, and I was like, all right, that's the peak. It's only downhill from here. But I definitely enjoy that. We usually get about 3 pods. We usually have consistently 3 pods firing. Sometimes one of those pods is a 3-man instead of a 4-man, which is unfortunate. The most we've ever had is 6 pods. I believe it was 6 pods, and we did 2 winners pods of 3. So the way that payouts work is if you win your first pod, you get a copy of your pack, and you move on to winner's pod. Now, if you do not want to move on to winner's pod, you may nominate someone else from your group to go to the winner's pod, or you may say nobody's going to go. You can say, I'm going to winner's pod, but I'm going to scoop as soon as everyone sits down, and then they're going to play. So you can send someone else in your stead if you so choose. Now, if you win your winner's pod, you get another copy of that pack. So if you play 2 good games back to back, you can win 2 packs in a row of whatever you bought. So that's why I like to buy Eternal Masters, or whatever the most recent Masters set is, because I can pay $10. My store sells them MSRP, and I can theoretically win at least 1 more pack. So I'm buying them at just a little bit more than a regular pack, which is good to me. Or I can get win a 3rd pack and pay about $3.30 for each of them, which is fantastic for me. I'm very happy with it. It's actually a pretty good system. Yeah, it's straightforward. Now, in that one situation where we had 2 winners pods of 3, there was no arch winners pod. It's only 2 rounds. It's never a 3rd round. But then everyone who doesn't win hangs out, plays some more games. Because I mean, if you look at it that way, you got 4 pods in an idea. We usually have 3 pods. We will always have 3 pods. We can usually hit a 4th pod, but sometimes when we hit a 4th pod, it's a 4, a 4, a 3, and a 3. And the reason we do that is we don't want to 1v1. I mean, I'm happy with 1v1, but a lot of people don't. And the person who's playing 1v1 doesn't feel like they got a real game out of it, and they paid for that game. So it's 4, 4, 3, 3, and that guarantees that still 4 people go to the winner's pod, rather than 4, 4, 4, 1, or 4, 4, 4, 2. And it makes sense. It works. But I like it. It's a fan. I just wrote a $4 extra. Everyone gets a pack. Yeah. Yeah, we pay exactly the price of the pack. It's not like $4 entry or whatever. I don't know what tax on a pack is anymore. But like we just literally buy the pack, and you can spend your credit if you have credit to buy a pack. So there's more combo salt. 5, 6 pods. That's a pretty good turnout, Wyatt. That is nice, but which is fine, but it can make it more casual. So there's more combo assault. Yeah, actually, with the exception of currently 2 players, the one whom I was discussing, another player that we have a judge from our local area that plays a Freyalise deck. It is a stunning deck. Although he doesn't have the judge Gaia's Cradle, and I constantly remind him of that. Which he doesn't like me reminding him of, but he has most of the judge foils that are available for the deck, and but it's a very, very strong Freyalise deck, and it's like as strong as Freyalise can get. I don't think she's tier 1 in like a hybrid competitive meta, but in our meta, she's one of the tier 1 decks in the entire format, and he's played her consistently. He does not deviate from Freyalise. He knows the deck inside and out, like I know the deck as well. So it's nice playing the non-buy-in pods to be like, oh, so what are you survivaling for? Is it are you looping Ulamog? Are you going to go get Temur Sabertooth and go for combo? Like, what are you doing? But like knowing the deck helps. So with the exception of the one guy that I mentioned, we have another newer player that also plays, I believe it's Yu-Gi-Oh! They do Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments the same night that we do EDH. They have enough space. And he is playing like black-white Daxos, mostly pre-con. He's started to make some changes. It's probably about half of the deck is maybe pre-con right now, lands notwithstanding. And that is definitely more of a that is the ideal casual player at the moment, and that's the casual player that gets salty. That's he is incredibly vocal about the fact that he hates playing with our Freyalise judge player in the same actual buy-in pod, and he's incredibly vocal about it, despite the fact that because he was incredibly vocal about it, our Freyalise player did not win the pod last week, did not win his pod last week. So, you know what? Whatever. Politics is a real thing in EDH. You can play the absolute best game of Magic, and if you got 3 players against you, you still might not be able to win. It's still a sort of a toss-up, and it's fun every now and then, because it puts you back in your place, and it's a nice way to develop social skills, as far as like how to interact with people and how to sort of manipulate and get what you want. It sounds bad, but like being straightforward and honest about it, it's like that way everyone knows how to interact with everyone. And there's definitely metagaming going on in our local meta. Like the initial player, this happened last week. He didn't attack our Freyalise player, and I was like, look, you should attack him. Like that, he's going to ultimate Freyalise next turn and draw 4 cards. Attack Freyalise, sure, you'll lose your Lotus Cobra, and I know you need red mana, but he's playing the Animar deck. But I know you need red mana. But like, look, if he wins on his turn, you having Lotus Cobra to make red mana in the future doesn't matter, because there is no future for you. You're just dead. So it's time to attack. Like you have to attack. He's like, he's just gonna block it. I was like, all right, if he blocks, one of his elves die, and he draws less cards with Freyalise. Like either way, it's a win-win. Of course, he's going to block. And I talked with Dan after our judge afterwards, and who plays Freyalise, and I was like, so would you have blocked? It's like, of course. I would have been sad that I was only drawing 2 cards, but I'd still draw 2 cards, rather than like try to make another dork, because everybody knows to attack Freyalise as soon as she can ultimate. But like the guy refused to, and so our Freyalise actually set up for combo immediately after that, and then it goes back around, and the Animar player still has the cloned Lotus Cobra from the Freyalise player, actually. And guess what? He does not top deck. He does not top deck a land. So that Lotus Cobra did a whole lot of work for him. All it did was enable Freyalise to draw an extra card, and then it died because, it got exiled because Freyalise infinitely cast New Ulamog to exile Aaron's Ironborwards. So, like, at the end of the day, you gotta accept the fact that you might, like, and it's sort of that, I choose this example because it's a nice juxtaposition of experienced player versus, I mean, I was in the pod as well, but it's experienced player versus inexperienced player, and good threat assessment versus poor threat assessment, in the sense that, of course, Freyalise is going to block, but 1 less draw is 1 less card, so that's a pretty good value. And the other guy's like, oh, well, no, I want to be able to play things out till turn 10, and turn 10 is not going to happen in this game. In no world is turn 10 going to happen unless my deck somehow unmana screws me, and I draw running Psych Rift into Winter Orb, like mana from heaven, but it wouldn't happen. So the game's not going to last that long, so why are you holding on to Lotus Cobra? And it's sort of that threat assessment that I think separates stronger and weaker players, and it's not about the casual, and that's how I more define casuals. Oh my god. See, like, it's my pet peeve about Ristic Study, but like when I have that Ristic Study in play and I have one of those players from my pod, like I just feel like I'm on top of the world. I'm like, you're just giving me the game. Like, I'm happy to accept winning the game. Like, I feel slightly bad that you're giving it to me and you don't realize that the card that kills you is Ristic Study, but I'm happy to win the game. So this all came from the casual salt comment, and that's actually how I define the difference between casual and experienced players, is not the access you have to different cards. like, yes, I have a Time Twister. I play Time Twister in some of my decks. Not even all of my blue decks play Time Twister, but the new average Joe does not have a Time Twister to sleeve up. They do not have Force of Wills and Cryptic Commands and Mana Drains and Mana Crypts and all of these expensive money cards. But the way that the player who does not have access to them can still play a strong game of Magic is through good threat assessment. And I think Brian Weissman's channel is an excellent illustration of it. If you look at any of his budget in the Paint Artist decks, where he is playing a budget format in the Paint Artist deck against like real decks here on Moto. Yeah, Remora is definitely worse in casual pods if you're not playing against a spell-based opponent. So, oh well. Ristic Study is the card to play if you're in an even remotely casual meta. But yeah, so like he is playing every single card. I believe the rule for his format is that the card paper cost must be $2 or less. I think is the format rule for his deck, if I remember correctly, and it's really cool. 07 Commander. Nice taps. Do you play as well? And I think is illustrative of the fact that even with a budget deck, you can play a very strong game of Magic, and that is the difference between competitive and casual players, is that you can have a pre-con deck, but if you're coming at it with a competitive mindset and skill set, which you have to work on and develop, but like how to make threat assessment, how to play politics, how to deploy your spells, how to even build your deck at a certain point, cost notwithstanding, like you can do it budget. Budget does work. It's not as great, but budget works. And I think that is the definition between casual and competitive. And the casual players who either have access to the good money cards, and I think this is the thing. It's like if you look at four Venns for a diagram, in a big Venn diagram, there's people who have access to cards, there's people who have good threat assessment, you have non-access to cards and bad threat assessment. And it's the people with access to cards and good threat assessment that make up our like top 10% of players. You have good threat assessment but no access to cards, which are our casual competitive players, like they play more budget decks. Then you have access to cards but bad threat assessment, and then no access to cards and no threat assessment, and that's sort of like the brand new just bought a precon. But that sort of access to cards, like I say cards is like $20 to $30 cards every now and then, but very poor threat assessment is sort of where the salty casuals live, because you see that someone else won the game off of Dak Faden and Jace the Mind Sculpt, and they're like, oh man, these are really cool cards. I'm saying them because they're right in front of me, but like, hold on, Surak. Yeah, Surak's dumb. It's a terrible example. Marin. Yeah, alright, this Marin. You see someone won the game off of Pernicious Deed and Recurring Nightmare and Contamination, and you're like, oh, these are powerful cards. I want access to these cards. So they buy these cards, and then they play these in a deck, and all of a sudden they don't work for them. And I think that's where the salt comes from. I think that's where salt in EDH overall comes from. It's not understanding that having the best cards doesn't make you the strongest player at the table. Far and away, a larger determinant to your success in EDH is going to be your skills at threat assessment, threat prioritization, and card advantage theory. And those three things are the biggest three pillars of EDH, and the biggest barrier to entry is developing those three skills. So if you're trying to help newer players, I'd focus less on like, hey, you should build this into your deck, you should play these cards, these are better than these. Try to help them get to a point where they have good cards to deal with threats at the table, and then teach them the threat assessment. Teach them why Phyrexian Arena is a very powerful Magic card and something that you shouldn't let sit on the table indefinitely. teach them why you always pay 1 for risk study, teach them those types of things, because those are the skills that aren't only going to help them become a better Magic player then, but those are skills that are going to translate well to other decks and well to their career as a Magic player overall. They're going to carry that to different formats. They're going to carry it across different commanders, carry it on with them, and that's ultimately what's going to make them better and make them have a better time playing. Because at the end of the day, if they feel like they lost because someone else got lucky, or if they lose with the good cards, it's because the other person got luckier than they did. But they have the best cards. So they should have won, but the other person got lucky. It's not that they misprioritized threats. We're all very bad at being self-critical, like all humans overall. So I think the best way is to help them learn to be self-critical and say, oh, well, and the best way to do that is to help them learn how to not have to worry about being self-critical by making the proper threat assessments. But one of the guy, Jeff Hoogland, he does a lot of streams. He says at the end of every game, it's like, oh, it was a good game. We probably could have done something better. And I actually like that. His reasoning was, looking back, I can probably find something that I could have done better. Maybe like a little bit, but I'm not going to say that we did all we could, because we probably didn't. We probably made a mistake somewhere that could be better. And that type of mentality is very good for getting stronger as a player. Sorry, you guys got me on a rant, but Tafos, what's your favorite ship to fly in? I've been flying the Python right now. What's yours, boss? That Python's engineered. I got like 500 hours in game at the moment. That thing is a PvE build to help support wings in Hazreses. Exception of Soul Ring and one of the Red Wraths, I believe. Wyatt. Where is this coming from? Exception. Oh, for Brian Weissman. Yes. His one exception is Soul Ring. He no longer plays the Rolling Earthquake. That has gone out. That's out of budget. That's like $5 in paper. So he no longer plays Earthquake. Rolling Earthquake, sorry. Like when he plays Broken Decks that win on turn 2 and keeps saying fun and interactive Magic. Brian's Nintek. Who plays Broken Decks and wins on turn 2 and saying, oh yeah, Jeff Oakland says that when he gets comboed early, he's like, what an interactive game of Magic. I think he's one of my favorite non-EDH streamers at the moment. Favorite aesthetic is Corvette, fun to fly Asp. I play in VR, intend to explore much. Yeah. So I don't have a VR setup yet, and truthfully, I use the other external tools too much, like EDDBIO and a lot of the websites. So like here, I'll give you guys a nice show, Tafos. So when I boot up Elite Dangerous, I'm turning on Voice Attack, ED Explorer, ED Engineer, ED Discovery, and Discord. So this is everything that I boot up when I get ready to play Elite Dangerous. So I'm adding 4 things to my panel immediately. I don't need that way open, jeez. And then the one thing that I have hidden, this is ED Pathfinder, this tool right here. I only do that when I'm Sif hunting. But so I boot up those 4 tools and Discord, and then I also have a tool that is for my player group that I'm a member of, which is Radio Sidewinder Crew. And we have our own tool that was developed by one of our crew members that we use as well. So like, while I would like to play VR, I don't do it that much. True, yeah. And I mean, if you do more Expo, you don't really need all of these tools, but I'm doing Bubble, I'm doing background simulation, I'm doing combat, I'm doing surface prospecting, I'm doing a lot of stuff. So I don't mind switching between it. I just built my first ASP. I just got the thrusters engineered. I only use voice tech. So favorite EDH streamers. So right now, I like watching Brian and Nate. I'm half disappointed that Nate's gone back to doing like 1v1 games of EDH with traditional ban list, because I did like playing 1v1 ban list, but I can understand why. Like, they clearly have no interest in having blue be a part of the format. And like I mean, I play it here, but if they brought back the good, if they only unbanned the unban the conditional tutors and the cantrips, you would need to ban Jace Vryn's Prodigy, but if they brought those cards back, I think the format would be playable, or more playable. Let's play some games with Yisun. I haven't played Yisun in forever. Let's see if I remember how to play Planeswalkers, infinite combos, monocolor, or land destruction. Fine, you got it. Alright, play a game. We're not playing Yisun though. We're going to play Surak. Good old crappy teamer control. This is going to resize. Yeah, so I'm almost finished engineering. I have my thread saved to my desktop. Who are we playing against? Oloro. Yeah, you don't want to play infinite combo, but you're playing Oloro? Really? What a piece of garbage. This is... This hand's a mulligan. This hand's keep. I have Lapse for his turn 2 play, turn 3 Sage. I actually want this. Yield through this turn. Yeah. I need to... he might quit the game just because he doesn't like what I'm saying. And I'm saying this because Oloro is notorious for pillow forting control and not being combo, but Oloro's weakness is fast combo. His fast weakness is not aggro, it is not other control, because he can win the control matchup fairly well. The weakness of Oloro is combo. Turning some Belfast 1v1. Infinite combos are no fun. Yeah, well, play an aggro deck then. So ideally I draw an island here. I don't actually want to draw a dual land. The guy says no idea that exactly, yeah. Yo, it says no LD and then plays like Noyandar. Oh, you can't play that Wrath, that's mass land destruction. Man. Thankfully, life isn't a factor in this, because this deck almost always wins with commander damage. Or by concession. Oh right, I have Flooded Strand. I knew about Flooded Strand too. Just that you... I'm not going to fetch. He hasn't given me a target for Rex Age, so I'm just going to play Stomping Ground. Damn cards ruined the game. What cards? Talking about Planeswalkers? No, they didn't. Probably saved Magic. Because you have an ongoing Stormland. Red Blast is great draw. That actually makes me play this Mountain. This was a fantastic draw. If Card Charm kills all your lands, that's not my fault. Yeah, exactly. Don't play Living Plane. Turning some Belfast 1v1. That sounds miserable. 1v1 EDH ban list. 1v1 EDH, but standard ban list and 40 life. So, losing my ass. Don't give me that. Okay, whatever. Not my fault. What if Magic Online could recognize infinite loops? Dramatic Scepter. Hands down, it'd be Dramatic Scepter. It's so easy to get put together. I don't know about anything else. So I just reb anything that I reb my first target, I think. Or I use it to defend. If I draw land, I hold up. So now I play tap land. No. And this way I can use reb to defend my deep analysis. I'm losing my ass off, don't give me that. Whatever, man. Whatever. What is this, our 5-drop? Yeah. So even though I could Surak, that guy's no real mana ramp. Oops. Leo thought, I think Slowers will be back in Dominator. Maybe. I imagine. People really, I laugh at people who call Dramatic Scepter Storm. It's not Storm. It's usually in Storm decks, but it's not Storm. What kind of, because Scepter is good to stick High Tide on or something. Gives you multiple turns of High Tide. Do Food Chain and Legacy online, but it looks miserable. Scepter gets Infinite Storm. They're technically correct if they use Storm Element, not like Cult. Yeah, then you do have ramp. Fucking. Alright, so you're shocked. It's not cryptic mana. You're doing something. Whatever it is, I'm gonna lapse it. There goes your blue mana. It's a 4-drop. Thieving Magpie. What? I think I actually want you to draw this again. So he doesn't want, like, combo, but now I'm playing, like, a hard control deck against him, so we'll see how he feels. Alright, cool. So we're going to deep analysis ourselves, or put Surak down. I think I actually want a deep analysis here. Surak is literally free, and this way I don't have to try to defend this with Reb. Oh man, I don't remember if I have Blood Moon in this deck. I want to say yes, but I probably not. No, I don't. Damn. Oh, Carpet Flowers, he played Island. I mean, I definitely play Carpet here, right? Get Trop, which is the land I would have gotten off this anyway. Blue Carpet Flowers. Oops, not blue. I even said blue. That was embarrassing. Green Carpet Flowers. So he gets to play Thieving Magpie? And you're playing counter spells, so Cry Me a River. Counters make the game, man. I don't need to add mana. Nope. So next turn I have Surak. I wish Surak had Trample himself. Why can't it just say creatures... Surak can't be countered. Creatures you control... Creature spells you control can't be countered. Creatures you control have Trample. So this guy, I'm a Loro, you're only allowed to deal combat damage as win con and you aren't allowed to counter anything, right? I think he's just saying that, like, because I'm complaining about infinite combo, that I'm not allowed to play infinite combo, but he's playing... is that a good card against me? I don't even know. He has 2 targets. He has Jitte and Mox Diamond. Oh man, he's gonna be sadly disappointed. Oh my god. You're gonna be disappointed in that. That is slim pickings from this deck. Oh my god. Yeah, Unless he's, like, I mean, if he has land, he should get Mox, but, like, he should take Jitte away from me. But he didn't play Magpie there, which is good for me. What does Thieving Magpie do? What is that? Yeah, there's Jitte. Sweet. I can take that back later. Thieving Mag. You draw a card, now they discard. Alright. Oops, didn't mean to close that. Meant to shrink it. Now I just Rec Sage that. He talked vocally about how he hasn't drawn any of his artifact mana. Magpie Scroll Thief. Yeah, I don't remember Scroll Thief either, man. 1, 2, 3. Oh man, I'm not gonna have enough to play. No, I don't need to do this. Nope. Play that. I'm actually gonna pass. I want to get Surak going. You add blue. Pass turn. Because I don't really want to run, like, Rec Sage into this when he can just force the Rec Sage if he cares that much. He won't do it, but I want Surak to start dealing damage to him. Does this become blue? It does. Please animate this. Please animate your Celestial Colonnade. Please do it. You know you want to. This is a good play. Just because he wanted land destruction. Oh, yes. Yes, one more mana. One more mana. Thieving Magpie. Sure. I wanted to spend the mana to equip Jitte. Which is probably why he took Jitte. He probably will. Tap your blue mana. Oh, man, I feel so good. I feel like I'm psychic that he was going to tap blue mana. I mean, I'd rather Reb the Colonnade, but, like, this is fine. Does it steal 3 damage? No. I would like to make blue red, pay that, make green, make red. Make that. Kill this. You don't need a Magpie. I should have done this in the reverse order, but whatever. I would love to add mana to my mana pool. Yes, please. Blue, please. Green. You don't need a Jitte anymore. Yes, please. 1, 2, 3. When I tap that, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think this represents mana best. Play as foretold. Get some of that churning. Actually, I'll just flashback Deep Analysis this turn. He tapped out. And if he has counter, he would have used counter on that. Blue. Deep Analysis myself. Get some more card advantage flowing. Ooh, those were... Ancient Tomb's a good draw. I would have rather drawn Gas, but... Let's get the clock going. I start getting counters on As Foretold, like Mana's fixed. These were probably bad, but I have Turn and Burn, or his first real threat. I've dealt with his Acquire and his Magpie with a Red Blast and a Rec Sage, so I've spent way less mana. This got me tempo. Sounds like a veritable... He's probably upset. He's probably been comboed a couple times tonight. What's with this guy? Yeah, I'm surprised that... Whatever. I mean, I could play in a lower deck also, man. But, like... I'm not. Maybe this Sur... And, like, you're afraid of Surek the Dragon Claw. Surek Dragon Claw. He's a bear puncher, man. He just wants to punch your bear giant face. Played a lot, huh? Yeah, played a lot. You put cards on the table and get rid of them. I mean, that is... Put cards on the table and you get rid of them. So much fun. Right? Alright, so the list is... I'm not allowed to play land destruction or combo. I should be upset with myself that I have counter magic in my deck. And get an island. You know you want an island, man. You know you want an island. Not that I need more mana. And I'm not allowed to play... I shouldn't be playing removal. Yeah, can I have like a town caller crier call out these rules for me? This isn't one of them. You're up on me on cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're even on mana. I'm gonna untap and play a land, but I'll be up 1. Like, I think I missed a land drop. I don't know. I have Azratold starting to go, I guess. I don't know. What? Like... What are you upset about, opponent? Who hurt you? Sad Sam. You got it, man. What a great blocker. Should I turn this? Should I turn Sam so he can't draw a card? Oh, man. I don't even hate... Like, if I get a good gas spell, I will spend this just to prevent him from drawing a card. He's going to jump block anyway. I mean, I'll turn burn it to make sure I keep getting in for 6. Right? Yeah, he wants to win with Felidar Sovereign. No, I'm gonna kill you with commander damage. Oh man, just give me something like an opportunity. What's my big payoff spells? If I draw Keranos, Jace, Intuition, Eternal Witness, Condescend, Sylvan Library, Dak Faden. Oh, Dak. If I draw Dak Faden, I will absolutely turn and burn that Sad Sam. Dak Faden is the draw. Not in this deck, man. You saw my whole list. I don't think I'm playing Terastodon. Yeah, I'm not playing Terastodon. And I mean, that's how you play Terastodon. You kill 3 lands. I would kill this one, and this one, and this one to put you to a single blue mana. But I would not kill it, because I want Carpet of Flowers. Maybe I would kill it. Maybe I kill the 3 blue lands. And then you have to play islands. Edict. I have to sacrifice a creature? Oh no, I'll sacrifice this. You'll flash that back next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yield to this. Come on, Dak Faden. One time, Dak. Into the Royal. Good enough. Oh man, I could bounce Sam. No, I'll save this. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, I can kick into the Royal on my own Surak. Oh my gosh. This is going to be fantastic. I would like to use Carpet Flower's ability to add red. We'll make red and blue. I would like to fuse on this. Turn and burn your Sad Sam so you don't draw a card. You thought you had a blocker. Why would you not? You can literally look at my deck. Why would you not do it? And now I'm going to play Shivan Reef. And when he Chainer's Edicts me, I will bounce my own Surak back to my hand. Oh, man. This deck's just so much fun. That's dirty. Well, you didn't need the card, man. And I need commander damage on you. Look at that. You're back to your starting life total. We're on turn 8. I mean, how is this not a fair fight? Now, if he spends all of his mana... Ooh, Island. To cast Edict. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we go down to 3 mana. I imagine he's going to flashback Edict. Like, I'm getting super, like, into it here, but Into the Royal on Sirac's probably not the best play, but it's a play. And I'm cycling into the Royal, but I'm blanking his Chainer's Edict. That said, he's already gotten value off the Chainer's Edict for the Rex Sage, but the Rex Sage got the, effectively the Acquire. Yeah, there we go. Man, I was drawing so many lands. I was drawing land, pass turn, untap, replay Sirac, drawn Muddle, transmute Muddle into 2-drop. 2-drop gets me probably Sylvan Library or Snapcaster Mage. At that point, Snapcaster, nope, Snapcaster's bad. So, probably Sylvan Library. And just ride the library to victory. Maybe Is a Charm. But, yeah. Alright, opponent. I am not allowed to play Magic, but I win the game. What a crazy... I'm not playing against you again. Wait, what decks do I have? Marin, Cass... Oh, man. Cass is all LD. Opponent concedes you cycling a card. Yeah, exactly. You notice if you sacked it, you would just yeah, right? Hey, Anthony. Good to see you, man. Regular 1v1 EDH. Multi-ban list style. Are you on Moto right now, Anthony? Let me see what I actually have put together. Oh my god. Bray is not finished. I need to tweak one of these decks if so. Well, what's your Moto name? Make that. Properties. This needs to be this. Multiplayer ban list 1v1 sounds like Wild West. Giuliani smiley face. I don't remember if you added. That's why. There we go. You better not be ghosting, Anthony. But I need to edit the deck real quick. Because I'm not playing some of these garbage things in this deck. If I can play traditional ban list. Sounds good, Anthony. Alright. This will be cool. So I need this. I cut that. I still own the Soul Ring, right? Yeah, I do. I need Grixis colors. That makes life easier. I need to cut this. One sec, tweaking the deck. I don't want to know what he's playing yet to keep it fair. I want Ponder, Preordain, Mystical Tutor. Where'd that chat window go? Stick that there. Okay. So the cuts would be Sinkhole, Icequake, Rain of Tears, Rancid Earth. We got Duress, we want Imp Seal, we want Vamp, we want DT. We need Mana Drain, we'll cut Miscalc for that. Demonic Tutor, I believe I own Demonic Tutor. I do own Demonic Tutor. Cut Condescend by that. So I need to cut actually one more card also. Let's try Limdol's Vault in this deck. We'll cut Daze. Dak, Duretti, Diabolic Edict, Knight's Whisper. And we'll give this a shot. We need to cut one card. I don't want to cut that. Spell Snare. We'll cut Spell Snare. Banish through the Deluge. So I added Mystical, Vamp, Seal, DT, Crypt. I missed Soul Ring. How did I miss the Soul Ring? Chat, you were supposed to tell me. No, it's banned in 1v1, yes. Where's my goddamn Soul Ring? I still own a Soul Ring on Moto, right? Oh, right. I do have Soul Ring. Oh, I'm looking at the zeros. Wow. Go me. Strip Mine. Thank you. Strip Mine is better than Rakdos Carnarium. Alright, Anthony, I'm hoping that you're not ghosting. So, challenge, not pitch dredge, Kess. TP. That armor selected. Alright, cool. Alright, yes I did, Isaac. Thank you. I would have totally forgotten that also. And now that I've said that, I'm pretty sure I've forgotten to have... Oh no, I do have Crucible. Alright, cool. So clear that. Close the chat. Open this back up. And let's play a game. Azami. So against Azami, I have a Grim Lavamancer hand. That seems fine. 2 fetch land Grim Lavamancer. Keep that. So we'll... oh, I need that open. Yield through this turn. I don't care that I'm revealing that I got nothing on turn 1. Don't have... Actually, Soul Ring and Crypt is like probably at its worst in the Azami deck. Good opener. So I could go with Grim Lavamancer. It's not actually the strongest. So I actually think I'm going to go with Inquisition first, because I don't want this Soul Ring to cascade into like to grow into something like a Coalition Relic. This also might be one of the only turns he doesn't have blue mana open. So alright, he's gonna misstep that. I'm actually glad this got misstepped rather than my Lavamancer. Alright, yield through turn. Because Lavamancer I think is actually stronger in this deck, because it means he gets Azami, but he gets to play Azami and tap to draw a card, but I get to kill Azami. Yeah, I would have absolutely taken Coalition Relic. Absolutely, because that's the strength. Soul Ring into a thing that makes blue. Although he is going to preordain, so that means he doesn't get Azami next turn. I think it's stronger to just charge for Azami. But because I know that he could still get it, right? Blue, blue, Island, 2, Cavern. Oh. Alright, so I don't need to hold up Counterspell. As Wizard. Easy call. So I fetch for Volcanic off my Misty. Let's start with Gip Rope. I doubt he counters this. Shack, Tez. Alright, that's a hand, but actually that hand is did he go top? Card on top, card on top. So he probably has the blue mana next turn. Ooh, oh man, I can Vandal Blast him. I'm hurt by not playing red source. But like, why would you go red black? I think it's better to go for, like, Shackles is just so good, and with Tezzeret, he's reliant on continuing the chain. So I actually want to play, like, if I play Lavamancer out, he plays and activates Shackles. Not great. He can play Tezzeret. If he has land, my turn's dead, because he can just play a zombie if I leave up. If he has land and he chooses, because I tap down one, he can go up with Tezzeret or one of the other guys. It's a tough call here. Missed up one of the test cards. I think I go Grim Lavamancer here. Like, I can deal with the other stuff, but I actually kind of want him to expose Shackles. And if he exposes Shackles to Vandal Blast, I'm not upset about it. Shackles is very good against Kess, and I can always use Kess to overload Vandal Blast later. I'm going to get to that ability. So he's got a zombie, so I think his best line for me is playing and using Shackles, because otherwise if he Tezzerets and then negs Tezzeret and doesn't take Lavamancer, he's exposing Tezzeret to death. I think Shackles is probably the correct play for him, or from his perspective, it's the correct play because it answers Kess, as long as he can keep hitting lands. A zombie is no longer the correct play from his perspective. So his choices are either Shackles or Tez. So he's going to Impulse. All right, so interesting. So he's got one unknown. And this is going to be two unknowns. So he could play Shackles this turn, which doesn't feel bad. He plays Shackles. If he gets land here, he can play Shackles and charge Relic, which feels pretty good also. All right, so he's found a card. That's nice. So that's actually, he could play and use Shackles, but he only has a single blue mana. Is he just gonna hold up? All right. So I actually still want to use this on. Maybe it's time to spend it. He's short blue mana, so it might be prudent to destroy Coalition Relic, because he actually can't cast Tezzeret off this mana. So I can shock and cast on the Relic. So Relic makes 2 mana and Soul Ring makes 2 mana. So I will fight over this actually. Fact or fiction? Mana leak. Blue. Counterspell your mana leak. So this is fantastic. We know he has Shackles and Tezzeret, and now he can't play Tezzeret without playing specifically Island. And he can't play a zombie without drawing specifically Island. Might as well get him for 1, because Tomb's going to hurt him. Seems strong in multi-list. 1v1 Azami with multiplayer ban list. This man, it's fine. I truthfully don't mind it. And this is sort of the weakness of Azami, is that you're so blue intensive. This turn 1 Soul Ring actually can't be leveraged too much unless you can go into one of these types of artifacts on turn 2. Same thing for this Ancient Tomb. Like turn 2 Coalition Relic is very good in Azami, but like Ancient Tomb into what? Like you're so blue intensive in this deck. Yeah, so Shackles is the play here. I absolutely agree with this. But no, if he doesn't have land, I can safely deploy. So he's got Tez. Oh, copy. So do I Vamp? I think I go EOT FOF. I think I want to make him spend mana. Yeah, misstep's good. So actually, I don't hate playing Kess here. We know he has Tezzeret and one other that's not a land. We'll go through combat. See if he... No. So playing Kess here lets us overload Vandalblast on our next turn. And he cannot play Island to take Kess. Like, this is the highest payoff. Let's go highest payoff. FOF always gets us back into the game. Oh, I need black off that. Black, blue, red, 1. So hopefully he doesn't have, like, Force Spike. Remand. Okay, I actually don't mind Remand. So, still Tez in 1. He doesn't draw Island. We're in good shape. Alright, so he drew Island. So, the Lions probably get Tezzeret going now. Because if you can Tezzeret for 3, get for Crucible. That's what he needs right here, because this turns in the yard. What are the Vamp targets for this deck? Fiery Confluence can kill Tez. Ooh, I might Vamp for Fiery Confluence. I like that. Or for Biforce is that Red X? Oops, not that. Oh my god, I can't find the correct thing ever. There we go. So Tezzeret, if he goes for Crucible, I can Biforce 3. I can Confluence 2. So he is able to Lavamancer plus Azami, take my Lavamancer and cast Azami. If he does that, I think his better line is Tezzeret, but we'll see. This looks like Tezzeret mana to me. Yes. All right, perfect. Because this tap for generic. So Crucible's his best card here. He's already played land for this turn though. -2. Orb? I don't know if Orb's correct here. Orb. Sure. So, alright, so he's banking on being able to use Tezzeret repeatedly. So I definitely want this. The question is, do I Vamp? Tap Vamp, play that, have 1 mana. Do I have Needle in this deck? No. Don't have Vandal Blast. Vamp for Biforce. Next turn I have 2 mana. That's only 2 things. Shackles Ring. Then he's trapped under Orb as well, but he's still got Tezzeret going. Tezzeret's gone up twice. I have to go down, down. I think I take a draw step here. glad I took a draw step. So we'll get Soul Ring down. And now I can fetch for Watery Grave, shock myself, vamp for Byforce, untap Byforce, killing Shackle's Orb, leave him with Ring. Or do I kill Shackle's Ring? I definitely kill Shackles, but do I kill Ring or Orb? It depends on how fast I can kill Tezzeret. I think if he goes down here, I kill Ring. If he goes up, I kill Orb. Because if he goes up, that means he's going to get Crucible and get guaranteed land drops. So 0 for Mox Diamond. Or no, Mana Crypt. What am I talking about? This is... Although Mox Diamond is actually better in Zami than Mana Crypt, truthfully. Unless you can go into one of these artifacts. Art ramp for LD. Maybe I vamp for artifact ramp. I could vamp for LD. I could go get... Like, the thing is, he's got this in play. Oh, there. Seeded Synod. I forgot that was a thing. Do I have instant speed, 1 to 3 mana, artifact hate? Pillage. I can go get a Braid. Red board terminate. Don't have that. Go get Into the Royal. Into the Royal, bounce Orb, untap with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Enough to play Kess and then play Vandal Blast out of the yard. I don't think I fetch yet. I want to make sure I have black mana open. Alright, so this land feels really good now. So next turn I go for Byforce, I think. I don't want to play Kess into Shackle's potential. And ideally he taps for Zami this next turn. So Byforce should be fantastic. So I'll be able to kill 1, fetch, untap, 1, 2, 3, 4, kill 4 artifacts. I mean Orb's Orb. I mean Orb is strong. Untap 2 artifacts. Yeah, that's why you get Seeded Synod. Yeah, definitely get blue mana. Yeah, tap more lands. So I vamp in response now. Definitely fetch first. Let's not be bad at Magic. Actually, yeah, I get Watery Grave. Life doesn't matter here. I would like to pay life. Black. Vamp. Can I vamp? It is in his absolute best interest to counter this. Alright, now I definitely get Byforce. Fire Confluence doesn't do everything. That's 3. Byforce gives me 4. Yeah, there's nothing else like it. No force quite like Byforce. Oh man, that's a wizard. What? How good is that? Yield to this. He gets to draw off my Grimlock. I wonder if he knows this. I don't think he does. Because how often does the wizard typing on Grim Lavamancer matter? So I need this land. I would like to draw my Byforce, please. So if he has counter, I probably lose the game, but I still go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mystical. Oh, wow. Wow. Is he going to be able... Does he remember Grim Lavamancer? I assume this is Force of Will. Or Bribery. Daze. Oh, man. He's going to daze me? Don't daze me, bro. Ah. He didn't remember. I mean, otherwise he just gets Force, so... well done. I'm so not used to Kess. While this is going on, I'm gonna throw together. Alright, Maren. What's wrong with? Oh, I don't own. Do I not own Maren anymore? Is that what it is? I did a sell off of. That's why. I traded the foil down to a non-foil because. The foil was like $45 and the regular was like $15. So I made quite a few tickets off that. Alright, so that deck's ready to go now. Game details, concede match. I'm gonna challenge you to another one. Anthony. Challenge player. Let's play the deck that I actually know well. Format. Alright, so to everyone watching in chat, I think this is going to be my last game of the night. It's past midnight here. I'm enjoying my nice iced tea. Yeah, no, he knew it was the wizard, so good beats. Might as well. Let's keep. That's keep. That is a keep. Keep. McKeepin. Keep. 6 men on turn 2. Seems fair. Unfortunately, only one of which is black. You'll do this turn. Turn off this stop. Turn off this stop. I would like to play this first. I would like to cast this. Play around your days. I would like to play my Bird of Paradise. I would like to pass turn. Don't Pongify me. Actually, I still haven't trying to go get a swamp anyway, so I might actually go get strip. This deck should have strip mine in it already. It does. All right. I do have combo in here. News. Merciless, Buried Alive. Yeah, I do. Alright. Chromox. Sure. Take your card disadvantage. Yield. Which pitch? Nothing important. Good late game. It's weird how many people. Vamp for art. Art ramp or oh wait, sorry. UGs, yeah. It's weird how many people have to stop and read Tide Hollow when I play Tide Hollow the Sculler. The white-black that Fiend Hunter's a card from a hand. That card. So he went for blue, blue, blue this turn. Because he knows that I can cast my commander. Which tells me that I should not cast my commander. Always yield. Why can't I click always heads? Let me click always heads. Heads. Oh no, I took damage. I'm surprised that this is still 30 life instead of 40. So, I float 1, and I Sylvanly Scry. May I do this? Rashmi is strong. I would need to tweak the Rashmi deck so much to be able to make it play for this, though. So, do I break Brian Weissman's rule and get something other, or Nate Prodzik's rule and get something other than Cavern of Souls against the counterspell deck? I probably should not. But that means I'm not casting Mesmeric Fiend this turn. 1. Oh no, I can still cast Mesmeric Fiend off this. Because I have Bird. Right. I'm good at magic and whatnot. Play Ancient Tomb. Lets me clamp Mesmeric Fiend if there's nothing good. Let's... Do I play around counterspells? So the question is he more likely to Time Twister, or is he more likely to... I want this in play. I need this in play. So this needs to be human. Black. Mesmeric Fiend. Let's let me play Skull Clamp this turn, but not equip. No matter what, as long as he doesn't, like, make me spend mana for days. Rashmi is strong. Mine is not so much. Yeah, so he's got to counter this. Condescend. Sure, so that would have been bad against Ancient Tomb too. I would not like to pay 2. Conveniently, I now get to play Skull Clamp for good value. Scribe bottom. Scribe double bottom. Interesting. Yield. And this is when I miss having this bound, but I don't have the yield turn. Yeah, okay, Sculler and Mesmeric Fiend. Yeah, they're the same thing. Oh, he had Strip for the Cavern. That's why I didn't want to expose it, but... Juicy Apprentice. Heads. Tails. Yay, more damage. That's a good draw. I would like to get Bayou. Green 2. I would like to cast this commander. I would like to pay black and Skull Clamp my Bird of Paradise. Yield to this. Yield to this. I would like to pass turn and bring back Mesmeric Fiend. Oh, I can't bring back Mesmeric Fiend yet. Bird of Paradise. I'm used to power, not mana. So he's got an opportunity to do something here. Juicy Apprentice is not going to do that one thing. So I'm going to draw a card. It seems rough, but getting this Clamp down is an acceptable trade for Cavern of Souls, in my opinion. Because Clamp is so good. It's so good. Alright, so he played land. So he fully intends to use Juicy Apprentice on his turn, or on my turn. I will not attack. Heads. Hey, I win a flip every now and then. So, like, the reason I'm not playing Ancient Tomb here is because I already have an Ancient Tomb in play in the form of Mana Crypt. and it's not in my best interest to continue to take a ton of damage. Because the deck can, Azami, over the course of 2 turns, kill me out of nowhere with Tezzeret, go up with Tezzeret, and then -5. So I want to try to keep that from happening in an ideal world. Windswept Heath is a good match card, though, and I will intentionally take damage for this. I have no issue with that. Overgrown Tomb, sure. Let's go to combat. One, two. May I clamp this? Shouldn't have played that. Because I should play an Ancient Tomb. Because then if he kills Meren prior to going into end step, I can replay her. Oracle's a very good draw. He only has 2 cards in his hand. Let's go for Oracle. He probably draws in response to this, because Oracle's very good. I'll play Blooming Marsh. I'll clamp Oracle just for good measure. So if he has Pongify, he definitely kills Meren here. But he would have done that in response to my clamp target. So it makes me think that he doesn't have removal. You might have bounce into the world. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Because otherwise I'm going to take the card out of his hand anyway with Mesmeric Fiend. And he's not using Juicy Apprentice here, so it's fine with me. So he can put down his Azami this turn, if he wants to. It might be good, it might not. I'm actually not sure. And I absolutely clamp here because, alright, I trade for Juicy Apprentice, fine. He can't block with his Azami, fine. Like, yeah, so he's now incentivized to not play Azami because I have threats on board. And Azami can't deal with the threats. And he's afraid of Meren coming down. Tails. Hey, I win a flip. 2 in a row. I'm 2 for 2. It's about time. Necrotic Ooze. So let's play Confluence and Ancient Tomb. Get ourselves out of the range of those dumb spells. Green. Black. Green 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Alright. Let's cast Meren. The reason I'm doing this is Meren doesn't cost me cards. If he wants to spend counters to deal with Meren, he's not using Juicy Apprentice to gain more cards. And so, alright, so he's going to spend hoping to draw something. He's so far away from activating this that it doesn't matter. What does this draw? Target player draws X for X number of cards in it. Yeah. I think these should be legendary cards, and you should be able to use these as commanders. The ones that flip into a legend. I think they are acceptable as commanders, in my opinion. Alright, you got it. Can I have Meren? Cool. Alright. So now he doesn't block. Green mana, Deathrite Shaman. Use that. Green mana, Llanowar Elves. I don't care about Scavenger Ooze at the moment. And Mesmeric Fiend, please. What you working with? You don't need a top. Got land. That is a rough draw. I think you have to play Azami here, and like you really don't feel good about playing Azami when I'm about to draw Necrotic Ooze. The reason I don't clamp my elf there is I actually want the mana. I'm going to be able to play and clamp Elvish Mystic next turn. So I actually want to be able to, like, and seeing top, I don't care about giving him that back. So I'm going to clamp out Mystic and Mesmeric Fiend, and that mana might come in handy. Because I have so much mana now, I need to start to leverage it by turning it into cards. Necrotic Ooze I keep in hand basically indefinitely. And if he taps out here, wow. And I mean, he has to play a zombie, right? So he played Snow Island. It's like, what else is he supposed to do here? So Deathrite will eat that strip mine 100%. Oh, not 100%, if I need the mana. Otherwise, I'm going to keep him up. Go with heads. Hey, I win a flip. I'm 3 for 5. That's mildly above average. So, green. Start with Elvish Mystic. And this is what this deck wants to do. I would like to clamp this creature. Pay one of that. Why aren't you stacking? I don't want to turn that on. Brain Maggot, that's a great draw. So, clamp this. Because now I have Brain Maggot to do this. Mox Diamond. Buried Alive. That will win me the game. Pay 2. Clamp this. Pay 1. So if I find land, I will win the game handily. Found land. Ooh, I get to play Stronghold, Command Tower, and Mox Diamond. So this Buried Alive is free. Pitch the City Brass. It's a garbage card. 1, 2, black, Buried Alive. Yep, you have to draw. You have to try to counter it. Skellion, Devour, Eternal Witness. And then we even have enough to Brain Maggot him first to clear out any potential counter. Deal with the top again. Eat your strip mine. Sure. Alright, I guess I'm playing one more game, chat. I know Marin's so much better than a no-cast. So incredibly good. Alright, challenge him again. There we go. How are we doing on viewership? We got plenty of people watching. Jeez, that's awesome. Wyatt Pierce, yeah, that was a cool game. That's Marin doing Marin things, and the power of Mana Crypt. That is why Mana Crypt and Soul Ring should be banned. And multiplayer for is one thing, but like for 1v1, any format that you're trying to play heads up, like nobody wants to play in a game like that. I have a turn to Bitter Blossom if elves survive. This hand's so dependent on mana, but like Bitter Blossom's so good against him. I'll keep. He mulled. I gotta draw. Let's just give it a shot. BB's so strong. I DT for ring or crypt. Probably actually ring because I have BB hitting me. Alright, so neither of us have turn 1 broken drawns. Yeah. So don't have misstep. Alright, cool. Yield through the turn. And now if he plays like Mind Stone here, I'm thrilled. Sapphire Diamond, thrilled. Ah. Alright, so BB is going to be really good. Huh, that was a good scry. Alright, so Jace. That's a strong hand. Oh, that's hilarious. Alright. Ring? So now I feel like I'm in commanding position. BB. This card's just such a house against control. Like, he can't deal with it short of bounce. Play Llanowar. Okay. Yield through turn. Now I don't need to tutor for ramp. I can tutor for action. Yield through. Thank you. Yeah, he wants to actually activate Jace. BB. Always yield. Put the stack back there. Man, this Hypnotist is gonna wreck. So this Caterpillar is kind of insane here. So I actually think I bait with Demonic Tutor here. He probably counters Demonic Tutor. I could get really greedy and try to Oracle, no, into, yeah, no. So Mysticals, draws. All right, sure, you got it. What do you get? Mana Drain. All right, cool. So he's anticipating good mana. Sure, you're gonna Jace draw. Sure. So like, I'm sad that I don't get another black mana, because I probably would have gotten Cavern here. So like, worst case scenario, if he like drains into a Karn, no, he won't. He'll have 5 or 6 mana if he has land drop. Discards Transmute Artifact. All right. So he's definitely playing good cards. Transmute Artifact is not in bad decks. Drain, sure. Alright, I can attack. You got it, man. I even played around Days. Man, that was a line right there. Who baits with Demonic Tutor? Just like, when someone baits with Demonic Tutor, like, that doesn't feel great. Like, if you fell for that bait. But like, how can you let me Demonic Tutor? You know I'm gonna get something very good. It's Azami. He needs cards. I don't even think you flip Jace here. I think you use it to draw with Azami. He's trying to hit land drop. Like, this is better actually unflipped, and you can flip it whenever you want, which is pretty good. What he could have done was flip Mystical Tutor and then draw, but he would be trading this for 1 Mystical Tutor, which feels pretty bad. So this is probably better as a blocker / drawing. My best top deck here is Scavenger Souls. 100% in Scavenger Souls. To name human. Llanowar Waste, that's pretty good. So let's start in combat. Get the clock rolling. And I actually want to play Meren here, because Meren will draw counter magic. I really don't want to be greedy and try to play out Oracle. I want to play out Meren, because he'll counter Meren. Recurring Cost of Caterpillar is pretty good against this deck, actually. No matter what, this will draw me a card during end step. So yeah, he draws in response. I have 3 mana open. Yes. Alright, this is fantastic. So he missed counter magic. Now I'm letting him have more mana now, but this Hypnotist is so much stronger without it. With him having more cards in hand. He's on this sort of like, he's bound into development. Like he just has to develop, which is very good for me. Because this Bitter Blossom is going to continuously eat away at him. He's threatened, his artifacts and enchantments are threatened by Caustic Caterpillar, so I can lead Caustic Caterpillar, which he can try to waylay if he has an artifact or enchantment that he puts down this turn. Like the worst possible thing that he would play here is Shackles. But I have Caustic Caterpillar for that. So we need like Shackles plus Force. 6 mana, not Karn. Impulse, sure. You can Impulse. And now, because I have 3 mana open, I'm tactfully representing a spell by not F6ing. Whereas when I had no mana open, I was in F6ing because I have no free spells. And he knows that if I would have drawn Slaughter Pack, I would have immediately Slaughter Packed his Izami. So he has another draw. It's nothing else. So he's only got 2 mana open. So if I draw, man, what's the play here? Skull Clamp. Talk about good draws. Talk about good draws. We'll crash with Meren. Gotta get that combat damage in. Ancient Tomb's gonna hurt him. So 2, play Skull Clamp. Can I have Skull Clamp? He probably counters this if he has a counter. And then I get to put Hypnotist down. Seems fine with me. Sure, you got it. Black, black, and 2. Hypnotist. Show me Force of Will. I mean, he can't let me have Skull Clamp. So he's gonna draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll basically have another hand. Strip Mine, interesting. And now I get to Meren back in my Llanowar. I should have played Caustic Caterpillar. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, it's definitely a tough call. I should have played Caustic Caterpillar. That was a mistake. Because I would have been able to sacrifice Caustic Caterpillar to myself to target Oracle. And put Oracle in my bin. Agreed, this is a tight game, but nice. Did he remember to... Yeah, draws. Okay. So remember to draw. Drew. Words. Words are hard. It's just top, strip, island. Alright, so we had mana. Untap, target, artifact. It's only untap. Alright, notable. Ideally, I find removal for Izami. I think that's my top play right here. Is to either make him draw to dig into counter magic, which I think can remove with Hypnotist, or he draws in response, and then Izami's dead. There's lots of live top decks right now, and lots of dead top decks like lands. But this entire time I get to have Fairy Rooks chipping away. Whew, that's spicy. Alright, so let's go to combat. He has all of 1 power, or 4 power on board. So attack, 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 attack. Oh, creature cards. He has no creatures in his graveyard. Do I actually want to play Necrotic Ooze out as just a creature? I think I want to play Oracle. He probably should. But I guess he doesn't see that as beneficial. Ooh, I'm glad I got through both of them. No, I will not pay life. I get a tutor next turn. Caterpillar. Let's get that going. Let's take those 2 cards out of his hand by sacrificing this. He's going to draw 2 more cards, but I'd rather restrict how much he has. And the next turn I can clear his hand before I tutor. Interesting. Is he going to have a spell here? Or is he just fetching to fetch? He shouldn't draw in response. Is he frothing? Whoo, he had enough. Nice. Alright, well played. So he's gonna have to discard 2. I shouldn't have played Caterpillar first. That was a mistake. Oh well. So he discards, he's tapped out. Yeah, so now he's giving himself the best selection. So Rift is good. Rift is definitely good. Bitter Blossom's my main concern. I need to make sure this is going. My black isn't as important now. I've already played 2 lands for the turn, so we'll play Soul Ring. We discard Deprive and Flex Strand, alright? BB. Is Caterpillar stronger or is Elf stronger? I don't want him getting my Caterpillar. We'll play Elf. This also is insurance against Winter Orb, I guess. Because I'll still have 4 mana, potentially. He knows what I'm drawing next turn. Of course, I'm not going to use it next turn, but... and have 8 mana on my turn now. I would have liked to regrow my L's, but that's okay. Psych Rift wasn't bad. It's about Mind Over Matter. If he has Mind Over Matter, he's got Mind Over Matter. No big deal. He's got 4 cards, so that's theoretically 4 mana too. 4 or no, it's 1, 2. It's 6. Merchant Scroll. Don't need that showing. Don't need that showing. Yeah, getting Mom is definitely his main game plan here. He's probably getting a counterspell because he can't let Sadistic Hypnotist hit the board again. Or he's going to get a counterspell and reveal said counterspell. I will not cast Diabolic Edict or Diabolic Intent. He had 3 cards in hand, right? So it might, I don't know if it made more sense to Cycrift first or second. Alright, so he's going to go get Orb. He should go get Orb. He's not getting him. Oh, he wants me to tap out underneath Orb. That's what it is. Oracle of Moldiah. This is a very scary card. And it makes Winter Orb significantly worse. I'm not going to play Moran this turn. This is absolutely to get Winter Orb on end step. He wants me to tap out into Winter Orb. The thing is, he didn't have Cycrift into exactly like Cycrift on end step after I'm tapped out into Winter Orb because of this Hypnotist. That would have been backbreaking. Memory Lapse. That's fine. So we'll get Caustic Caterpillar. Cool. Let's just sit tight. So I can play Intent. Draws a card in response. He's got blue 1. Intent. What will Intent get me at 1 mana? Yeah, flip Jace, flashback 2 to a Time Twister. That would have been good. Hound. That would have been a very good line. If I remember, I'll let him know about that. What am I getting at 1 mana? Thoughtseize. No. Duress, Entomb. No. Carpet of Flowers. Do I get Carpet of Flowers here? Oh, I went into my attack step. Carpet of Flowers would be insane. I get Crop Rotation. Let's see if he lets it happen first. I think I go for it because he's tapped so low. Sacrifice the Fairy. I'm shuffling away Oracle, but that's okay with me. Spell Pierce. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. You got it, man. The whole point is just burn through his counter magic. Because at the end of the day, I do have a combo that wins me the game immediately. Now, he could go Orb right now, but because he tapped beneath it, I'm beneath it also. I should be letting Bitter Blossom starting to do work now that this Rift is gone. I shouldn't have been I probably should have sacrificed Elf. Yeah, draw your cards. I think Jace Mysticaling is correct here, but that was not my decision. Unless his hand's mostly mana. Time Twister or Time Spiral, they're both good cards. Both are legal, so he's definitely looking for Mom if it's in his deck. Or Invention doesn't get it. So this turn I have to leave up 2 mana no matter what, and ideally off basics. Or maybe I'll leave up these 2 or these 2. I don't think it matters too much, but I want to leave up 2 mana this turn. Right, I draw Oracle again. Can I have Oracle now? This has to get shackles, right? Alright, I get the rest. Cool. Let's go to the red zone. This also makes him think that I might have something to kill Jace. No, he's just gonna run Jace into it. Into any potential trap. I have no trap, but it's worth making him think. I refuse to be winter orbed. He probably works here. He probably got shackles. Now his best line is to whir for shackles. Try to take Oracle. I wait to see what he gets. Wizard cycling. Alright. He's not whirring for shackles. He would take Oracle. I would kill it to get Oracle back. And then he would Jace, flip Jace, whir for Orb. Fencer. Absolutely. Fencer. Fine. Probably a Caterpillar. Sure. So did he find hand disruption? We saw that. Yeah, I didn't have any direct damage on Brea. Mystical, or he's waiting as long. Yeah, I imagine he's waiting as long as he can. It gets stronger the longer in the game that it goes. Like, I'm still recovering from Psych Rift. Oh, that's cute. You can decide to not draw a card and get Mana Crypt instead. 6 mana. This looks like a Mind Over Matter. That was a lot of blue mana. There was 3 blue mana. Mind Over Matter was 4. Raven Wretchin. X5. Oh, it's Paradox Engine. Figured it out, guys. He's getting Paradox Engine. That's why he had to kill Caterpillar. Caustic Caterpillar. I was saying Quatapillar. Caustic Pillar. Caustapillar? Yield through this turn. Sure thing. Show me the win. Sure thing. Show me the win. So if he gets Mind Over Matter, he cannot cast it currently, because it's lacking the blue mana. This is gone. He should Jace. And the reason it's UU is once I see UU off Juicy Apprentice, that's enough to flip into Tomoya the Revealer. I'm going to check to see if I have... I do not have Crozan Grip. Yield through turn. Mox Diamond. That's only one U. You need another U. Oh, he's Alchemist, doesn't he? He has Alchemist to make, yeah. Well played, Anthony. Oh well. Like, truthfully, like even a zombie is very strong without Mana Crypt, Soul Ring, Mana Vault in the decks. Oh, it's going to disconnect him. Wait, no, it's my turn. It's my turn to concede. My bad. Game details. Concede match. I lost. Ooh, all the way back. If you are still here, tap host Warlock. This is my engineering flowchart. For Elite Dangerous, I still have to do Zachary Nemo, DD Vitamin, and Colonel Brizdecker. Little fun stuff. No removal game. Yeah, no worries. It's alright. Maren's not meant to be the highest strength deck, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun to play. It's possible that I should have baited with Sadistic Hypnotist and then resolve Skull Clamp. That might have been correct, but I'm not sure. It's a tough call. Alright, so that's gonna be my night. I've been streaming for a little while now. I wonder if it says how long. Yeah, 2.5 hours. So I hope everyone got to enjoy it and got to enjoy the Magic that we were playing and a little bit of my rants. I know you guys got me off on a couple of them, but it's fun every now and then. It's fun to just talk Magic every now and then. See you all guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my content. This video will go up as a replay on the YouTube channel automatically. I think I just need to add art for it and add the tags like usual. But if you want to support me on Patreon, there's a link on the screen or beneath in the comments. I don't remember where they put it for the streams. It's only $1 a month to just help support content for this channel. As of now, I've been demonetized because they've changed and I'm not at the threshold of subscriber count to have monetization on my videos. So if you want to help me out, you can help me out on Patreon, or you can help me out by just subscribing and sharing my content to try to get me above that threshold again, so I can, like I said, everything that I get in my ad revenue goes back into MTGO and getting to create more content for you. See you all guys in the next one.